Hey YouTube, it's me, Leighton with Chanel Guitars. Back in the shop. Last episode had us finishing up the stringing up and all the fretwork and the various work, nut building, nut making, etc. that went into this new prototype guitar back here. Demoed it a little bit for you. I think it turned out pretty well. I'm very pleased. Really nothing I would change with the way I designed it. In that video I talked about needing some pickups, and luckily the fine folks at Lollars Pickups are still working a couple days a week right now, making sure they get their products shipped out. And so I'll do a little quick unboxing video here. That's kind of fun. Really hard to do with one hand. That's kind of fun. Let's see what we got here. Probably won't be super exciting because we've only got 2 different kinds of pickups in here. Just some bridge pickups and neck pickups. But let's see what we got. Nicely packaged. They come in these little bags, I guess. And here we've got an Imperial neck bridge, low wind neck standard bridge nickel. Cool. That's exactly what we ordered for these guitars. Let's see what we got in here. Oh, look at that. They threw in a guitar pick along with the springs and hardware. Here's one. Here's another one. Okay, there's a couple more in there, I think. But let's just go ahead and open this bad boy up, just so we can see how nice and shiny these look. I really enjoy these Lollars pickups. They're hand wound, hand built, and you can always just tell a ton of quality in them. They're always initialed by whoever put them together, and typically they've got the output written on the back of them too. I'm not going to go ahead and open this one any further right now, but it's a nice looking pickup. That sucker's going to look downright great in there. Kind of threw some knobs on just to get the idea for how things were going to look. Great. Awesome. Totally cool. So I was doing some straightening up in the shop. I thought I'd walk you through some of what was going on, some of my inventory. Right here, we've got a nice big piece of Madagascar ebony. I can probably get probably at least 2 fretboards out of this bad boy, and then a couple of tail pieces as well. It's a really nice piece. Got some other assorted tailpiece blanks, bridge blanks, head stock plates right here, stack of those. Was toying around with the idea of using some of this lace wood even to build a tailpiece out of, possibly. Looks so nice. It's nice dense wood. So on this pile, this is kind of my working stock, I guess. This is stuff that's not really super high grade lumber, but can find uses for it, whether I'm building instruments just for friends or family, just toying around with a new idea, or I need just a hunk of wood. And then some of this stuff's actually quite nice. So here's some nice sapele, real nice straight grain, pretty close to quartered. It's got a little bit more run out in it than I'd love, but I've got some of it there. I've got some maple here, really nothing super special, but a nice big chunk of maple. And if I'm prototyping something out, I can make a nice neck out of that, or even a guitar body. That's actually what I built my daughter's little mini guitar out of some of that. I've got some really nice straight grained quartered sapele here for sides, some pretty straight and nice looking mahogany for sides, and I've got a couple of figured maple pieces that are already thicknessed that can make a nice center stripe and a neck. It's nice to have around. With some neck stuff. I've got a bunch of this, and that was a desk at a local massage parlor. Actually, really was a massage parlor. It was not some kind of scandalous thing or something. But here's a hunk of it that I can flop up for you and show you. I'm thinking, I mean, I should know, right? But I think it's mahogany. I think it's maybe like a Honduran mahogany. It's got that very ribboned pattern. It's got the open grain, and it looks very much mahogany-ish. You can see the grain lines run pretty up and down through this stuff throughout, and I've got, I don't know, I bet I got 15 board feet of it plus. So I'm definitely going to do some guitars out of it because it's pretty nicely quartered and it's good wood. It's got a nice musical tone when you tap on it, so rock and roll. Here's some neck wood that I have that's pretty nice. This is some flat sawn curly mahogany. Should be able to get 2 necks out of that, and that is a really, really nice piece of wood. It's not the easiest to find. Curly mahogany, you don't see it everywhere. Now this, I think, I used a wood called shedua, some kind of, I believe it's African wood. It was really dense and it was really tough on my tools. And I used that to build the Buffalo, one of my, the prototype, single cutaway prototype of this sort of model design guitar. And I liked that wood. I liked the way it sounded and the way it looked. I did not like working with it particularly because it really dulled the heck out of my tools and hurt my elbow and shoulder pretty badly. But I think, I'm pretty sure if I'm not incorrect, this is another board of that same species. I believe it's shedua. Not exactly sure. I'd have to look back through my records, but this is a super dense. This is one of these super dense like woods, and I really like those super dense woods, especially for guitar backs. I think it makes a really stable. Feels like it makes a really stable base to put the soundboard on top of. Here is some fairly nicely quartered curly mahogany, and I used some of this board, actually the nicest part of it, on a guitar that you might be familiar with from my website, the Mermaid guitar, and I have a little bit left over of that wood, and so I've got probably two backs or 2 tops out of that, so that's pretty sweet. And then here's the matching sides for that. You look at this, you can kind of see that ribbon of curl in there. And of course, as you sand that more and more smoothly and then throw some finish on it, it just pops to life. So that's fun. I had ordered some walnut, and I got some really nice walnut a few years back, but I needed some wood that would be suitable for making sides, something a little bit longer. And the wood distributor I was working with sent me this piece of walnut, and it turned out great for sides. It's got what almost amounts to kind of like, it's got curl and it's almost got kind of burl in it. It's got a really interesting grain pattern, and it really has a fair amount of curl in it. And so, yeah, I plan to actually do a back out of this stuff. That walnut right there, pretty nice little piece. I've got this piece of curly walnut here. It's like they call it black walnut. I don't know. I see stuff that people call claro walnut that looks just like this. So I don't know. You you got to watch out with woods. You know, stuff catches little trade names and various different things happen. Anyway, regardless, this is a really nice, fairly well quartered, especially out to about here. That's going to make just a great top. And actually, I probably have enough on that one to maybe even get some kind of, maybe a ukulele top or something. My wife's been picking up ukulele a little bit, so I've been kind of tempted to go ahead and build her a little uke. Never done that before, but just thought it might be fun. And then here I've got some Sitka spruce, well quartered. Nothing really spectacular to look at, but it does have a little bear claw in it. And I bought that. Again, figured maybe a ukulele. It's good to have some nice softwood around for braces and various different things. And honestly, I am tempted to build a narrow waist flat top, like an OM type model. I'm really considering doing it, so we'll see. I'm trying to commit myself. You know, so far I've only built hollow body guitars, but I think it would be consistent if I built an acoustic, flat top acoustic. I don't think all my instruments need to be arch tops. I enjoy, you know, I've got a Martin Dreadnought in here that I was just toying with last night, and I was thinking, man, that it's just kind of bassy, it's just kind of boomy. Maybe an OM, that'd be kind of cool. So anyway, I'm gonna get all this stuff back on the shelves over yonder and organized. I took some notes on what I've got here, what I'm kind of thinking would be best to do with what I've got here, and of course, you know, whatever people order or request, you know, might change that, but got some ideas, got some thinking, and I got a lot of good combinations here. There is a lot of wood readily available all the time, both locally and on the internet. So I mean, we're kind of living in a pretty golden age for lutherie, but also wood species are becoming, you know, rare all the time. Something gets popular, and then it gets hard to find, and then it gets super expensive, and then it gets gone. So definitely all the wood that I've got here is stuff that's either produced and produced and harvested domestically, or if it's not done domestically, it's at least species that are done sustainably. So something that's really important to me. And I do think that there's plenty of good wood available to be used, you know, without ruining, you know, things for the future. So be sustainable, people. All right, I'm gonna organize this stuff back onto the shelves. Thanks a lot for coming along for the ride. Hopefully in a very short period of time, I'm digging back into this pile, picking out wood for the next build, and I hope you're along with me. Remember to hit the like button, remember to subscribe. Thanks a lot.